Whoops. Hello. We're playing Ogres today. Microphone works. Wonderful. Alright. Yo, you guys see Intern streaming again. He's streaming. In other news, I'm also trying out something for new players. Which is MMR based matchmaking for the tournament. Let's see here. Jimmy Nesinge. Jimmy Nesinge. Alright. Yo. Wait, no, that's the wrong person. Who is this person? Hmm? There we go. I think I found the right person. But yeah, we're trying out something new for new player matchmaking. MMR range, where you can only match into people with within 300 MMR. As long as there's 3 new player signups, we're good. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that works out or not. Alright, map bands. Bloodgrove, Rift at World's Edge, and Lost Temple. We're playing Lucid Men, Owl, and Lost Temple. Favorite Ogre unit? Probably the main eater pistols. Because they basically have handguns for pistols. Hey Karaftio, hello. Sorry, I got some managing to do. I think because we don't have a lot of new player signups, I'm gonna need to adjust the bot again. I can make it like a 400 range, so new players can face intermediate players, but yeah, it's gonna be just a little awkward. I'm gonna need a hot wire this bad boy. Let's see here. MMR. I can make it where... Man, dude. Yeah, I need a way to detect if there aren't a ton of new player signups. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna have to change it up. I will make an MMR range of, let's make it 400? 450? I think 450. There we go. And that'll have to do for now. Because otherwise, these people are never gonna be able to find matches. And that would be slightly problematic. I'll make my army soon too. Just give me a second. Let's see here. Where's it at? Open and explore. There we go. How come Thunder Tusks are so rare now? I honestly don't know. They really did used to be a menace. They didn't get nerfed. And then, yeah, and that was it. That was it. All right, we're playing Rift at World's Edge. Let's do it. Maybe I should try Thunder Tusks against Lizardmen. Is that worth? I could try it. Mass Thunder Tusks. I can only take one. If I take one Thunder Tusk, a Stonehorn, and the Regiment of Renowned Stonehorn, how crazy can we go? Just like super old school meta. Why not? I think this build used to be like, yeah, you'd have troll guts. This is truly a wild build. Very crazy indeed. I would also like to try scrap launchers today. I feel like they actually have some teeth. And then lizard men. Don't they just hate being shot to death? I feel like lead belchers are just the sauce, man. Ogre Kingdoms, honestly, a lot of their play is just keeping lead belchers alive. Though that's when you run into full rushes. Alright. We're loading in. Oh boy. Mods got fixed today? What was this? Your mods got fixed today. Which mods? You can make almost anything work. It depends on who I'm facing. I think at some point we can just exploit mistakes from our opponent. But even so, there's many units that I struggle to make work. This should be fun though. Alright, it's been a while. About a year ago, this would have been considered the filthiest thing you could possibly do. Nowadays, it's considered a meme. How times have changed. Ready, good luck, have fun. This should be pretty interesting. So yeah, it's a Stonehorn stack. Look at the menace. Thunder Tusk is huge. We got a healer. We got some powder guts for some long range weaponry. This guy has a cool ability that makes him basically invincible to the dinky blow darts of the lizard men. Should be a good time. For some reason, Turin decided now is a good time to do a Warhammer stream. You know, I've always heard people say that, like, say that in a negative way, but double Stegodon, kind of wild. But it honestly does not bother me very much. Get some dodges, get the jukes. Mostly because I think it's just straight benefit for me the more people are streaming Warhammer. Come on. Yeah, the double Stegodon actually wild counter. Is it normally to beat lead belchers? Probably. Ooh, look at that first volley on Krotgar though. I'm gonna need them to beat up the Stegodons though. So we just charge them and charging them then. Stone Thunderhorn stack doing pretty well. And I should be able to get the lead belchers to post up on these skirmishers soon. And I guess we'll see if this unit still cooks. The heal is 26 winds of magic. Quite expensive. This decreases its speed, which is like a complete non-issue. And so far, I'd say the value is pretty decent. They're kind of murdering those Coldwind Spear Riders. They didn't stand a chance. Got a Razordon hunting pack. Just a naked Razordon hunting pack. I feel like unless they have loads of defense incoming, this could be very bad for my opponent. So I'm gonna have to dodge. I actually have to be a little careful. Because, yeah, never mind. It could be a little sketchy, actually. If I overextend here. And right now, one of my big monsters is certainly taking a lot of damage. We'll just retreat them, though. Great thing about these guys is they just have absurd mass. Jeez, Manticore summon's kind of cooking, my lord, though. I will say this is a little bit more awkward than I thought it would be. These guys are slow, bro. What's your leadership at? 3? My lord just got routed. Oh, that guy's gone. Alright, a little awkward, a little awkward. Yo, double Stegodon is... What a play. How much ammunition do they have left? Not much, thankfully. So I think I should be able to abuse that. Lord should rally as soon as that Manticore stops being the most annoying thing in the world. Should be able to just jump these guys and maybe kill Krotgar if I'm lucky. There we go. Immediately rallies. Okay. And as rough as the early game may have been, I think this is actually still relatively playable. With the power of the lead belchers invested in me. Oh, look at that though. Okay, so we got some feral cold ones coming out of the woods. Can I just kill Krotgar though? I feel like I should be able to just kill Krotgar. The 2v1? That's kind of what we talk about a lot here. 2v1s. 2v1s just win. Oh my gosh. Yo, I'm getting so countered right now. Okay, finally we get the heal. Hopefully my lord doesn't explode. Looks like he's gonna be fine. Krotgar does not really have exceptional sources of healing here. So he will be hopefully bullied into oblivion. And the hope is that the lead belchers here can just shell my opponent to death. That's what we're hoping for. Krotgar, though, he's kind of cooking. He's also kind of getting cooked. If we can finish the job on him, that'd be great. The Razordons are kind of getting some good damage, but we're gonna kill him. Jeez. He already killed 2 Thunder Tusks, bro. That's terrifying. Brutal. And there's another Manticore. Almost. I can make almost anything work was the was what you said, right? Oh boy. I've never been so counterpicked in my entire life. Can we pull it back? I can kill off the Razordons. I will say these guys feel way more sluggish than I remember. Manticores being annoying and all. I could summon the scrap launcher. I think we will for the memes. Look, at least the Lord is still alive, and we did get a route. I gotta chase off the cavalry. But if I can kill Krotgar, I think the odds of coming back wildly, the dream is still alive. Because you can see he's almost out of juice there. So those are Cold One Riders, not a big deal. Alright, can I kill Krotgar though? I think this entire game is gonna hinge on whether or not we kill the guy. He escapes, but the cavalry is routed. That's pretty good. Do I save up for a heal here? I don't have no heals. At least I got a lot of lead belchers. The thing is, he does have a double Stegodon, just kind of chilling. Double Stegodon's gonna be nasty, man. Like, they can just walk in and just kind of bully me. I think what I can do, though, is I can just start spamming bulls on this point. Secure a point and then just value trade with my vast quantities of ranged. He did rout off my lord, though, with Krotgar's Hand of the Gods. That's going to be problematic. But at least I should be able to secure my first point, and then maybe we can pull some shenanigans to get a sick comeback. Thunder Tusk got their speed nerfed? Maybe. Crocky G is still alive. I think we're just straight up dead. Oh man, dude, I had nothing for the double Stegodon. I didn't even consider that would be a tech piece. There goes my lord. Oh my goodness, there goes the last Thunder Tusk. GG, well played. GG, well played. Oh boy, alright. I gotta lock in, man. It's been actually ages since I played Ogre Kingdoms. But I think we can pull it back. If I wanted to counter a build like this, so obviously the Stegodons, basically bolt throwers, got a lot of work done. My powder guts were not able to shoot. They even killed the lead belchers. What a surprise counter. Huh. I wonder if there's like a rush I could do. I definitely shouldn't have overcommitted with my big single entities. I think if I did that, just kept them safer, I probably would have been fine. My once a week late stream coinciding with Turin's rare stream of late. Yeah, it's all good though. Honestly, I'm just happy that Turin's streaming some Warhammer. Yeah, the Stone Orange died super fast. I don't know, man. They felt maximally lackluster. Guine, alright. Yo. Okay, take 2. If I can just pull back 3 wins, I should still be good. Got some big names today. I think Chosen's Evergarden is playing. How terrifying. They're playing Wood Elves. Okay, Ogres are good versus Wood Elves. And let's see, Dried Floodplain, Lost Temple of Sotek, and Bleak's Fire. Okay. I'll ban Dried Floodplain. We got Lost Temple of Sotek and Bleak's Fire Labor Camp. Ogre Bull Rushes are definitely strong, yeah. Versus Wood Elves, though? I might want to finagle it. So I entered a big conquest tournament. The, what was it? It wasn't Warhammer League. Warhammer World Cup, was it? Might as well. I'm not gonna train super hard for it. The only time I play Warhammer is mostly on stream. Except for Warhammer League. I guess my Warhammer League games I do off stream, but no real training outside of that. He wants to play Lost Temple of Sotek. If I remember correctly, Lead Belcher's just crumpier. You just have to keep them alive. I used to think Wood Elves could win this with like Crazy Waywatcher Kite, but Lead Belchers just do so much damage. It's kind of crazy, man. Magic wise, oh yeah, okay, no, we're good. Yeah, no, it's over, man. It's over. Excuse me. I believe this was the Wombo combo that they do against Wood Elves. Does anyone run Golg anymore? Dude, I haven't seen Golg in years. A lot of people are just going for the basic Paymaster. Oh wow, it's cheap. Interesting, huh? Yeah, dude, they're like insanely cheap. You can get them for 800 gold. Dang, man. Okay, well that makes sense. And then I just spam a bunch of dudes. The theory goes that Wood Elves, they just don't have the tools. They don't have the tools to beat Lead Belchers, at least in the quantities that Ogres can field them. So they just die. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Do Weight Watchers have the range to fight lead belchers with their stock? It's a little awkward. So I think lead belchers, technically they can get a volley off on lead belchers, but the range is so far, the lead belchers can actually start to dodge their volleys. So if the ogre player is dodging, what they do is they juke the first volley, and then they get into range with the lead belchers, and then you're screwed. If you get in range of the lead belchers, or if you get into the range where you can actually shoot the lead belchers without them dodging, you're in blasting range, and that's obviously a little too dangerous. All right, here we go. Redemption game. Let's do this one properly. Ready? Good luck. Have fun. All right. Lots of trappers, lots of shooty boys. Let's see what my opponent decides to go for. Do you have cheap flyers that can spot the Weight Watchers? I do have Carrion, but I don't really need to spot the Weight Watchers. At least I don't need a dedicated unit to spot it. If you just push forwards with your trappers, it's fine. Or you can shoot their exposed infantry. Basically, the no man's land works in your favor. Because they'll only spot your trappers when they spot their Weight Watchers. And if they push with these guys, yeah, it's just shooting to death. Now, so far we don't see much, which is very suspicious from my dear opponent. It could be a big cav push in the trees. I don't know. Look at that lord. Are they just dancing? Okay, but what are you actually planning, man? I know you got 9 units somewhere. There's the Weight Watcher volley. So this is the dodge. Oh, Deepwood Scouts? Weight Watchers. Yeah, so there's the dodge. And then there's the return volley. So, yeah, you see how it's just not a good trade in the slightest? You see how painful it is to get hit by the lead belchers? It's not pretty. It's not pretty in the slightest. Now, that doesn't mean I get a free win. I still have to be a little careful. But lead belchers, man, they hurt, and they hurt pretty bad. The question is, do I stand my ground or do I hard push forwards? Because given enough time, you can get some pretty good work done with the Weight Watchers. I must be a little bit careful. We'll see. These trappers are doing great, though. Okay, this guy's dead. Whoopsie daisies. All right, it's fine. I'll just push up with the lead belchers. Accidentally lead my lord into his death. These wild riders are gonna get caught, though. And if I just get more lead belchers for the big push, I'll be okay. Hey, this guy's gonna live. Barely. There's the Ares of Kurnos. Okay, let's get the Bunes on him, though. This is where we can cause the real suffering. If he's not ready for this, it's actually just totally over. Yep, that's a dead Weight Watcher unit. So you Buna them, and then the entire unit just dies, bro. It's hilarious. This is what makes Ogre Kingdom so good here. They have all them tools for the bullying. I can't believe this guy lived too, but yeah, straight up, completely and utterly dead. That's just gone. That's a like 1,000 whatever gold unit. No longer. Truly horrifying. Now, I only got one of those. I spell amped it with the Maw Shard. Now that it's gone, we're kind of on our own. But killing one Weight Watcher like that when it's their win condition is honestly all you need. My lord is still alive. We'll get that cash cascade going. I believe it buffs leadership. Indeed it does. And once these guys are dead, life will be good, I think. Value trading wise, though, it's still a little sketchy. Did I forget I forgot a lead belcher. Whoopsies. Come on, can't I just kill these guys? I gotta be careful. He's about to jump my lead belchers. He's about to jump my lord. Can I jump his way watchers first though? Is it worth it? It might be worth it to lose my lead belchers, but I kill his way watchers. Real questionable behavior though. I don't know how much I dig it. But yeah, I should be able to bully these here wild riders. I will have another Buna soon, which should be able to kill another one of these guys if I really want to. Or I can just focus the cavalry. My lord's definitely dying though. I am letting my lord die way too much. Sloppy, sloppy play. Is it the end of the world? It's not the end of the world. But yeah, certainly very sloppy. Do I want to just kill this? I kind of do. I kind of just want to get him out of my hair, man. Oh, thank goodness he lives. I don't know for how long, though. Okay, lead belchers are doing great. We caught these wild riders. Yeah, I think I really need to kill these way watchers, bro. All right, there we go. That should do. My lord is netted down. He's gonna go for the killing attempt. And he did. Now, is that the end of the world? Value trading wise, it's not too bad. So I think we're probably fine off the backs of me being able to just spam more lead belchers. We're down the lord, but he's basically out of cavalry and he has 2 extremely injured Weight Watchers left. Personally, I think that's a great position for me to be in. I just need to be able to land this volley on his face. It's all about the game of attrition. There we go, big rout on the cavalry. He chucks out an arrows of Kurnos from his lord. I think these guys I should keep safe. Late game lead belchers, unattrited by the Way Watchers, is kind of perfect. I'll finish these guys off with Dismember. The magical ability that just cuts your limbs off out of nowhere. Very nice. And then we're gonna jump the Weight Watchers, and then victory shall be ours. At the end of the day, the Wood Elves are without the win condition. And I may be without my lord, but he's fairly easy to resummon. Get 'em, boys! The dogs are in! And he summons the Sylvan Knights. Now that's kind of terrifying. Actually, literally. Actually shattered, or they terrorized those dogs there. That's a little rough. So my opponent's been saving up the cash. And he killed my caster. So that means I don't have Buna for them. Now the unit can be a little resistant to Buna anyways. These pigback riders are gonna have to be the most glorious pigback riders you've ever seen. I think with my lord resummon though, they actually will hold. And that might be able to do it. Way Watchers over here are dead. Sloppy game on my end, but victory is still a victory. The Sylvan Knights are indeed slowly but surely getting beat up. Weight Watchers finally dead. Wondrous. Really not getting the shots off that I want to though. See if I can get the cash cascade on these guys. We'll give them a dismember. I'm just throwing everything in the kitchen sink at them. I really do not want to deal with late game Sylvan Knights being mass healed. That would be very bad. 2 went into trees. What, the was it arrows of Kurnos or his Way Watch of Volleys? Was it my lead belchers? I totally missed what went into trees. Hey, we killed the Sylvan Knights though. They did, in fact, get overwhelmed. And that's basically the end of my opponent. I doubt his Lord's going to be able to kill mine. They don't have that anti-large. I think, anyways. I do also have some lead belchers here. They could try to offer their support, but they're much better off plonking away at these dryads out in the open. And then the question is, do I want to resummon my caster? I think I do, because they're basically just they just instantly delete a unit of cavalry, which is so important in this late game. Like, you know, we kind of saw just how scary those Sylvan Knights could be. Even a little bit of cavalry could just end me if I'm not careful. Big route. I'll just take this fight. Ooh, he barely gets the point though. But yeah, you can kind of tell he's saving up for cavalry. I might even want to wait for him to summon some expensive cavalry. Okay, summons a wild rider, good enough. I was hoping for the wild hunters. The much more expensive cav unit, but this will do. Because now I got this guy, and he has another usage of extra ingredients. Perfect. He'll definitely do great. And the doggy charge, I mean the kitty cat charge in the backs of these dryads will certainly get them dead. Not too bad. That kind of shows how this matchup is a little bit more on the favored side. Because realistically, I should not have been able to win this with such sloppy play. Look at my lord die like that. That was not exactly the best performance I've had. All right, just got to kill off these wild riders. Bully him. Get the pigbacks on him. He summons a Glade Rider over there. That's not a big deal. Got the Cash Cascade going to kill his Lord. Got the Lead Belchers plonk away. Oops, almost summoned the wrong unit. Although technically, I think I summoned the one without chevrons there, but whatever. I think I'm just going to go for the value. I will say the Lead Belchers feel kind of janky. It feels almost like they're just not plowing through the units like they usually do. I know they got nerfed a while back, but... yeah. It is not the prettiest situation. I'll just let my Lord get surrounded here. It's fine. I got the cav there. Ah, there we go. Finally. Took 50 years, but we got him. We got the Mashard Buna. And that means that all the money my opponent saved up to get this unit here is now wasted. Absolutely perfect. And that swing play is why Ogres are so good. Like, if I didn't have that, he could have actually come back with the Wild Riders. The question is, can I snipe his Lord? Can I get that Lord snipe, maybe? Oh, he's going for my Lead Belchers. Yeah, whatever. GG. Very nice. Jeez. Not bad. All right, we're coming back. I just got to win 2 more games, and I'm basically guaranteed for top 4. See, this ROR Watcher didn't get any value because of the Buna. They should be getting a lot more value, but they got pretty bullied. Even on a map with so many trees. Sylvan Knights actually might have been a throw, because they kind of got stuck on a bunch of units. Ogres have a lot of ways to pin down 1 unit of cav. Jeez, look at that value. So yeah, not bad. Take it. Flower QQ. Yo, yo. peak ogre gameplay. It's so far from peak, man. I am not an ogres main. It's been a while. Okay, they're playing dark elves. It's not. It's just pretty good. Pit of treasures. Pit of treasures. Okay. And it's so either playing on Pit of Treasures or Hachet's Oil Field. Yeah, the amped Bunas. An 1100 caster getting 3000 value. That is more than like Archaon. For half the price. Think about that. For a second. That is absurd. But alright, Dark Elves. It's kind of similar to Wood Elves. You have, let's see here. Is he gonna take Bolt Throwers versus me? You think the guy is gonna go for, like, Bolt Throwers, or is he gonna go Scourge Runner Kite? I guess that really changes things, doesn't it? He can't fight like Archaon, though. Yeah, but Archaon's fighting doesn't get him above 3000 value. I guess it's true, though. Like, Archaon kind of has a... like a literal field that you don't want to approach with some characters, whereas my caster, he doesn't push units away. Like, Archaon doesn't get value because people are actively avoiding the guy. Okay, but Scourge Runners and Bolt Throwers, right? You got to be a little bit careful about that. Because sometimes you're just gonna get blasted. You're just gonna be completely shot to death. I think this is still good though. Dark Elves, an interesting faction. I really don't think they have much to beat this. However, yeah, this is just a nasty ogres build. This is just a very nasty build. The great thing about this one is that sometimes you can just auto win, unless I am miscalculating and there's some insane like dark elf tech that's about to hit me. But I think this will be all right. Oh wait, I can squeeze in one more Noblar. There we go. And Ogres is such a weird faction. It's cool though. I like how unique they are. Give the little elves a win. They ain't hurting anyone. Oh, the Wood Elves. I thought you meant the Dark Elves. I'm like, that's their thing, bro. They hurt everyone. Bolt Ors are just too slow DPS. Yes, but if you completely ignore that they might take them, sometimes you get hard countered. And even a bad unit can do well if it has a perfect situation for it. Archaon also wins more smaller fights of Cav and provides value with Terror, yeah. Terror is really good. And he's like supporting your cavalry everywhere. This guy just kind of nukes some key pieces. I think both are extremely useful. If you could choose between, if you were playing Chaos and you could choose between this Deathcaster or Archaon, you definitely go for Archaon because you don't usually have other sources of terror. At least no good sources of terror. Should be pretty good, by the way. Looky here. So this is a rush. Ready? Good luck, have fun. It's a rush. But I can bail out if I need to. So if I feel like my opponent is going for a very defensive build, I can opt for the ranged options. But by default, if he does go for like quad bolt thrower or something, I just march forwards. And I don't stop. Because he's going to be at his weakest at the very beginning of the game. It is not a quad bolt thrower. Knights of the Ebon Claw against the fate of... Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a rough one, buddy. All right, so yeah, no Scourge Runners. Just a wall of infantry. So my opponent might decide to go for a big push, but because I have no ranged, really, it's not too bad for me. I'm gonna play quite defensively because I don't see him putting the brakes on the movement. He does summon a bolt thrower though. Interesting. A singular bolt thrower? Now I wonder if I should rush. I think maybe I do. Plan B, this guy just spent 700 gold on a unit that doesn't really do that much. Alright, I should be able to make use of my larger army here. This guy just needs to not die. But yeah, if I can kill off those Knights of the Ebon Claw, maybe jump those crossbows. Keep spamming out the boys. What is this lady got? She got Burning Head. And just, yeah, just hard flank him. The thing is, he slowed my push down quite a bit by having these guys here. But I think I should still be able to just flank overload. I'm gonna need to start bringing in the boys. The Saber Tusks. It's a lot of prickly spears he's got. Okay, can he stop this though? I think because I have the Buna, and it seems like he's committing with his cavalry, I should just be in a good position. Yeah, it is actually just a little too risky, ain't it? He summoned some Cold One Knights, which I think is okay, but he's gonna get a little bit of a rout. Now, I'm not completely in the cookie jar yet, which is the problem. But look, if he doesn't have his Knights of the Ebon Claw here, I should just be okay. He almost friendly fires his own units too. Now that would have been glorious, but it did not work out that way. I should be able to shut this down though. I should be able to get this in a cash cascade. Okay, he summons a Dark Rider. The thing is, like, if you just don't have your Knights of the Ebon Claw after you win, who does it better? I don't know, it's actually kind of hard to say. It is kind of hard to say. I'm not using my magic. And he's not using his knights. What a wild standstill we have here. I don't personally like exactly how the fight is going, but it's not the end of the world. And now he gets fed up. He's gonna commit with the knights. All right. There we go. We get the Buna. And that should just delete the unit. And suddenly, the value is looking a lot better for me. This is only doable because of the rather intense... Whew, man, that was a lot of damage. But yeah, this is only doable because he summoned the Bolt Thrower. If he didn't summon the Bolt Thrower, I actually would have been pretty screwed. But that's how the rush goes. You're really just trying to capitalize on your opponent's weakness before they can build up. And I think we had just barely enough. I was very lucky that he did have the Knights of the Ebon Claw, though. That could have gone disastrously. Otherwise. Because if he had Cold One Knight spam, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Everything's dead, though. The Dark Elves are in complete disarray. Just a little bit too much ranged. Nice to see. Oh, and the worst timing possible for his ability passive there. That's gonna hurt him bad. I'm just gonna use this ability over there. And I'm just gonna keep focusing on up trading. And making sure he's dead. I'll naturally capture the points just by sending in more units. 1911 Claw do rally. Is that enough though? I don't think so. He's basically army wiped. What a brutal rush. So this is basically the Ogre Kingdom special. they can either go for the big fat rush or they can go extremely shooty. Is that another cold one night for me? Well, thank you very much, good sir. I'll take it. Yep, GG. Very nice. GG. Alright. That's 2 wins. I will say Ogre Kingdom's games are fast, bro. They're really fast. But yeah, when you can just nuke cavalry like that, it's rough. 4 units of range and then a bolt thrower against the mass melee build. These guys count as melee. Is pretty wild. I think if he didn't summon the bolt thrower, it would have been a much more interesting situation. Maybe he could wait till I summon the lead belchers and then get the bolt thrower to try and shenanigan me. I think there were some opportunities he could have gone for. Man, 1 Buna cast. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, 2 Buna casts, right? Did it hit fully though? Oh man. What's a good counter against Buna? Just never use expensive units. You I will say Buna, it doesn't have many counters. You can outrange it. It does only have 100 meters, but they can play a tighter formation. You can shoot them to death, and sometimes if you take a very decisive fight, they can only Buna 1 target. So while you're just throwing everything in the kitchen sink, they only kill 1 of your cavalry and the rest can still clean up. It is one of the best spells in the game though, for its consistency. But yeah, its big issue though is it does have a minute-long cooldown. So it's not exactly like you can spam it once the fighting starts. Like, what if they just play keep away and then take 1 ginormous fight? Then you only get to cast it a couple times. There's also sometimes just other magic is more efficient. But first and foremost, you need to make sure you stay out of its range. And if you do bring super expensive cavalry, sometimes it's just wrecked, man. The super ultra expensive cavalry into Buna can just end ya. Healing can work, yes. So regrowth, but like if you're Dark Elves, if you're Dark Elves and you bring in Knights of the Ebon Claw versus Ogres, you're basically accepting the risk that you'll get Buna'd. It's kind of like fast expanding in RTSs like StarCraft. You know, blind fast expands with no scouting, which you see pro players do a lot. It's because go up against Rogue AI. But yeah, you see people do it a lot where, what was I talking about? I found my opponent at the worst time. RTSs, yes, the fast expand. Yeah, sometimes you just have to take risks because if you don't, your opponent can get a big lead against you. So they're counter picking. Fun. Let's see the Ogre Kingdom's counterpick special. Magic resist items. Yeah, I wish there was better counterspelling in this game. CA really did not implement the magic system as nicely as it's set up on tabletop. But what can you do? I wonder how like 40k has magic, right? I wonder if they'll have a different system. Does 40k how does 40k magic work? Is it similar to fantasy? Because I've never played 40k, I've only seen it. I know tabletop, if I remember correctly, you basically had dispel dice, and I think if you had mages, you could get more dispel dice. Spell that blocks your opponent's next spell for 15 wins of magic. It'd be pretty cool. That would actually that'd be really funny. It would encourage people to bring more spells. That would actually kind of be insane. Like a spell or an item. The problem is that a lot of the cheap spells are quite meta, so it might never see play. If CA did rebalance it, it could be a bit cooler. Psychers. Psychers are sort of wizards. Yeah, but do they have like a spell list that they pull from, or do they just have abilities? How does it work? Tomb Kings has some spell blocking. Yeah, it's just spell resist though. It's not actually a counter spell because the spell still happens. Tomb Kings, Vampire Coast, and Chaos. Yeah, Warriors of Chaos. 10,000%. Are you kidding me? We got Bleak Spire, Blazing Ramparts, Rapturous Expanse. Ban Bleak Spire. I assume he's gonna pick Rapturous Expanse, so we'll just preset the map. Chaos are pretty fun, but I think their rush is pretty weak. They do have a Hell Cannon. I think the Hell Cannon makes a very big difference. Yeah, he picks Expanse. Hell Cannon does make a difference. But, yeah, I think I'll be okay. There's a few ways to shut down a Hell Cannon. It's not entirely consistent, though. Alternatively, I could have some fun and do some of this shenaniganry. Is this smart? I don't know if this is smart. Do I have a lord that can do it? Can Gold use his pistol against a Hell Cannon? Is that a thing? So many ideas. Can I fireball a Hell Cannon? Thing is, Ogres don't got flying lords, so they have a hard time actually keeping pace. I got a sick build though. You guys are gonna love it. Chaos ain't got nothing on this. Like what are they gonna have? Forsaken, Hellstriders. Basically it, right? Just a bunch of Forsaken Hellstriders. Just chump change, bro. Anything I need to worry about? Yeah, not really. Aspiring champions, maybe? They're too slow, right? They're just too slow. It could be a warrior of chaos spam. Just a million warriors, maybe. I don't know. Personally, I think the only thing keeping chaos together are their... what's it? The horseman builds. Like, I think this almost entirely comes down to how the horsemen do. But I'm ready to be wrong. We must stand our ground. And be careful that I don't get wrecked. Thankfully for me, you know, it's really weird. Ogre builds are pretty straightforward. They almost always use the same tools. But the counters that people bring for ogres are all different. And not really counters that you see elsewhere. Like we saw a bolt thrower last game. So yeah, it's I kind of have to figure out how to deal with whatever they bring on the spot. I played lots of chaos though. I can't think of much that's my opponent can bring that'd be a surprise, unless it's like a cockatrice. Like Dreadmaw shouldn't be good here. Maybe Chimeras? Maybe like he goes for a crazy Chimera build. Cathay's barges kill artillery pieces, do they? Can Cathay win the artillery fight with the big rocket launcher balloon? Like, does that beat a cannon? It is extremely tanky. You didn't know Chaos can use Dreadmaws? Yeah, they can. It's terrifying, man. They got the Dreadmaws. You betting Chaos brings Chaos units? You know, it is pretty funny how many units they take from other rosters, though. Though, technically, they're still Chaos, but... Yeah, let's see. The rocket launcher, the 800 gold one. 800 gold rocket launcher? Some scrap launcher maxing. I really kind of want to do some scrap launcher shenanigans. But I also don't want to just throw. I don't want to look like a fool. They have the reverse shooting spell with balloons. Okay, so they can stop the enemy artillery for shooting, from shooting for what, like 32 seconds, was it? So even if they just like dismount their artillery pieces, that's still a few volleys from your big balloon. That could win you an artillery fight. Cathay does need to win the artillery fight to do well. Honestly, I would love to play more Cathay after all this. Just become a Cathay Grandmaster. Is Norska still good, or did they get left in the dust after their rework? Norska's amazing, man. This modded tournament straight up nerfs, I think 3 of their units. It nerfs Bearmen, Dreadmaws, and Chimeras. So if you run a double Chimera Dreadmaw build with 5 Bearmen, to try and reel Norska in, I believe that would be a gold loss of 600. It would be a gold loss of like 800 around. You're just playing 800 value down for that build. And people still play Norska, though they don't go for the Bearman spam as much. I wonder if Bearman even got over nerfed. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if they get used in the finals. Which is coming up soon, by the way. The last qualifier for it is actually tomorrow. And then the players will be picking their factions, will be setting stuff up. And then, yeah, and then we'll hopefully get some really competitive games. Oh crap, sorry, I forgot. You guys can hear me drinking really clearly for some reason. I did listen to one of my streams, and it was just so loud. My bad. Also, Quad Gorger. For Gorgers are one of the only units that actually get a buff from their flavorful lord. Was it Scrag? But yeah, if you take the Gorger Lord for Ogres, he actually does have a global buff for them. And I believe they're the only unit that gets globally buffed. Like, Grimgore doesn't have a global buff for Black Orcs, for example. So, very campaign-esque, I must say. I'm happy, it's fun to watch. I will say, I do like my campaign runs every once in a while, but it's true, multiplayer offers endless meta shifts, man. I think about every month, someone is coming up with like a new build that shakes up the meta a bit. You're still gonna have some very strong factions, but like Tomb Kings have had playstyle shifts over the last, they've had multiple over the last few months. It's pretty crazy. Just like this build, by the way. I decided to have a little bit of fun. So this is the, if it works, my opponent's gonna hate my guts spilled. Ready, good luck, have fun. We're going all the way back to Warhammer launch builds. Can you believe these things used to be more accurate and cost 1,300 instead of 1,750? Truly insane. Yeah, there's a lot more dynamics. The AI hasn't changed since like 10 years ago. AI still functions basically the same. Although it has had some changes, but like... it is basically the same. If he doesn't react to this, that would be very painful. Oof. Were those... okay, they weren't horse masters. Now, depending on the number of horsemen we see, that will determine how much of an advantage we have. If your opponent goes for kite, and you go for kite, life is pretty good. I'm gonna see if I can get him to dismount the artillery piece. So this is my anti-hell cannon defense. So far, it's holding pretty well, actually. Okay, I got my point. It's a bunch of horsemen, nothing too crazy. Oh, he's taking cover. Ah, we got blocked. Ooh, it's taking some damage though. Okay, Archaons come out to play. Very fun. If I can kill the artillery piece though, that's basically GG. That thing is extremely expensive. I triggered its faster reload rate, but it's on the run right now. Do I even need to use Uranus to finish it off? I have Uranus to finish it off if I want to, but I might not need it. It's running. It's on the run. I was thinking I could like point blank shoot Archaon and it's dead. Oh, that's rough, buddy. Yo, that's actually almost just disastrous. The thing is dead. It's a 1,500 gold artillery piece that got 100 gold worth of value. Oh, and the kiting begins. This is where the brutality begins. Now there's no more anti-kite tools. I must say this thing was surprisingly good at... these things were very good at handling the hell cannon. Got a nice shot on them Hellstriders. And then I'm gonna actually see if I can just bully Archaon here. We got the Cash Cascade going. Very nice. Gonna chuck out a random Uranins over here. And then I just gotta survive the rush. It's gonna be a pretty nasty rush. But I believe I just have too many ogres. I do certainly have a lot of ogres. He charges headfirst into my trappers. The ploy was successful. And these things are just such a menace, aren't they? Now, can I kill the Archaon, though? I think if I focus fire him with my powder guts, the guy dies. Got a nice trapper hit over there, too. See if I can just point blank shoot his face. Oh, man. Oh, that's brutal, man. Dude, Archaon just got blasted. Can you get another one? Another one would be great. He gets a burning head, though, on the Noblars. Not much I can do about that. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting a second shot off, unfortunately. But that's okay. Oh, I was having line of sight issues. What a ripoff. Okay, and we're gonna have some spooky Zinch Knights. That's not the end of the world. I'll just give them a quick blast. Then we can turn and fire. Hopefully get them killed. They've been dismembered. You have to be very careful, though. I will say Archaon's certainly suffering. At least. This should be a fairly good little spell over there. Can I just kill Archaon? Okay, pretty decent lightning bolt. Archaon's taking deeps. He's gonna need a disengage soon. And when he does, that's when I believe I can get the fattest shot known to man. But getting these things to shoot, it certainly takes a lot of finesse. At the very least, I'm gonna kill Archaon. That's the thing that really matters. Run, Noblars, run! Oh, it was Forsaken, bro. Forsaken have a lot of they have a lot of HP per entity, so they actually suffer pretty hard from big high DPS missiles. It's one of the reasons why Shem's Burning Gaze is so good against them. Fun fact. Okay, there goes Archie. If I can just shoot these Knights of Immolation, I'm good. I don't even need to kill Archaon. And we got the accidental slow over there. Very nice. Do I still have okay, killed my range units, that's okay. Look, at the end of the day, if Archaon dies, I think life is good. Oh, come on, man. He's so low. Wheel around, boys. Get him. One pot shot. Oh, oh, and the man goes down. Oh, sweet revenge for the Iron Blaster, man. Oh, that Iron Blaster. Dude, I'll never get sick of that. I love that so much, man. The absolute nuking that these things can do is absurd. Yeah, that's basically game. Alright, let's see if we can kill these Hellstriders. Just gotta wheel around, post up, and... Ooh, didn't get the shot. Man, I swear. Sometimes range units. There's the volley. Alright. I just need to secure the points and we're good. Entire Hellstrider just vanished. Yeah, yo, the DPS swings on this is crazy. I will say, if he didn't have a Hell Cannon, that rush could have actually done a lot of work against me. You get a shot off on these Knights of Immolation. They're barely gonna hold. Unfortunate, but I'll be fine. Let's just spam some trappers. Yeah, I do think if my opponent did have a good setup, I could have been in a lot of trouble. Ogres are actually weirdly weak to a full dedicated rush. Dang, Uranin's kind of cooking. 1,000 value? Not bad, considering the spell really does not see a lot of play. Let's get that shot off on the Marauders. Brutal. We got our second capture point. I do win on a 2-cap. If you have any amount of tickets and they're only and if you double cap and they're at 750, you win. Actually, that's just how the math works. I gotta be careful though. The Hellstrider spam could actually get them to come back if I'm not careful. I'm still very likely in the clear, but I don't want to throw this. What just happened there? There's a little explosion. What did that? I don't have anything that causes explosions. Whatever. Let's just chase these guys off. These are Iron Guts, so they actually just destroy infantry. Let's check out another Uranins for the lulls. Pretty good deeps. Yeah, it's kind of like Searing Doom in a way. It's fun. I think we're at the point though where I have enough of an army lead where we're just pulling value just by existing and having a larger army. So that's gonna be GG. Very nice. Yeah. Not bad. All right. I accidentally coded my bot so that the maps repeat. All right. Artillery did great. Mega sniped Archaon. Good stuff. Good stuff. This one kind of got focus fired. Powder guts are just amazing. Caster did okay. Definitely nowhere near the 3K. But yeah, look at how small this build looks. With Archaon plus the Soul of Damnation, they actually just have nothing. So it's very easy to just have a counter for this and life is good. Doesn't the ROR Knight blow up when they die? Like the big high elf ROR halberds? Not sure. They like never see play, man. So I don't know. But Belchers are cool, not super optimal. Got a message. Alrighty. Knights of Immolation? Yeah, let me check. The Knights, no, those are Swords of Chaos. These guys, Knights of Immolation, they have a bomb dropping ability. Is that what we saw? Did we see some Searing Torment? I don't think they have an explosion when they die. It doesn't say it. Though I wouldn't put it past CA. Sneaky CA. Okay, we got Caradoc. Yo! Alright. Let's see how they do versus my Ogres. Pit of Treasures, Eastern Isle, Blasphemous Snowfield. They're playing Wood Elves. Oh. Okay. Ban Eastern Isle Colony. It's Wood Elves again, people. You know what that means. We can have some shenanigans. This could be a situation where scrap launchers are actually pretty good, by the way. I just have to be a little bit, a little careful. Like, the thing is, scrap launchers are just way lower DPS than lead belchers. They can get netted and sniped. It's still a great matchup, by the way. Like, it's still amazing, but I do have to be very careful. Gotta make sure my lord doesn't get mega sniped. At this point, it's no secret that I'm gonna have some crazy Buna shenanigans. Let's see. So for 10 seconds, you get 20. I'm trying to figure out, if you run just Buna and extra ingredients, you need life leeching. It's 31 seconds, 0.2. So 0.2 times 30 would be 6 winds of magic. Yeah, you would need life. I think you need both. But if you do that, you should have enough for 4 Bunas. Okay, we're playing on Blasphemous Snowfield. This should be fun. So, yeah, the Wood Elves. They're very, very annoying with elves. I think at the end of the day, they ain't too terrifying. We have a load of counters. As long as I don't let the Wild Riders jump my lead belchers, it's essentially a victory. At least I think so. Maybe there's some crazy innovative wood elf like mega rush build. Just like a dryad rush with a bunch of Azrai spears or something. That would actually be kind of sick, but I don't think we're gonna see that. As cool as it would be, the wood elves are not exactly known for the rushes, unless you're playing dwarves. Alright, let's try this. Okay, so yeah, my bot is the silly bot. And by silly bot, it's all me. But yeah, the way the map picking works, I just had it pick a random map 3 times. And as it turns out, when you pick a random map from the pool 3 times, sometimes it picks the same map twice. Whoops, it daisies. A little bit of an oversight. It is not difficult to fix, but silly indeed. I so want to fix it right now though, but I really should not. The live coding, man. Live coding always sus. Watch me just explode the bot. Okay, you know what? What if I don't have to push it live just yet. See, I also need to figure out how to do the new player matchmaking. So I want to make it where new players, like, they need to be able to find matches, but I don't want them to be queuing into people that are so high level all the time. I need some sort of system that makes it happen less. But if I just use like an MMR range thing, if there's not enough new player signups, it gets all screwy. Like okay, I could make it where the strongest new player is allowed to match against an intermediate player, right? That would fix it, because then even if you have one new player, then it's all good. The thing is, I just need to write a bunch of fancy code to actually implement that. Can't you just make like a prioritized matchmaking regarding what one picks? Like if you pick new player, it gets matched with others who pick new players. The problem is, so like with the tournament today, if we open up the leaderboard, there's only 2 new players playing right now. It's actually mostly people trying to qualify. So if we did that, they would only be able to face each other. And there's a system in place that stops rematches from happening. So they would play one game and they would never match into anyone for the rest of the tournament, which I think would be a bad situation. Freaking edge cases, man. But yeah. What we can do though is let's see here. New I'll just have a really janky way of setting it up. Okay. This reminds me when I play Factorio, and it just like, I just keep piling on the spaghetti. I could have a very sophisticated system, but what I think we do, like the way the matchmaking works, it looks at your position on the leaderboard, and then it goes down 6 slots and sees if you can, if any of those people are playing or not. If it finds someone that's not playing, you get match against them. And then it goes to the next person and then looks 6 down and does it. So what we'll do is you have the person, right? It searches down and it'll try to match you with the strongest new player, but then it won't match you with anyone past that. So like if it finds someone that is below a certain MMR, then it'll just stop searching. Yeah. And then we're good to go. And then I just need to make it where if you're a new player, then you ignore that system. It's kind of convoluted, but I think it gets the job done. The problem is if I ever refactor my code, things might not work anymore. I could make it more elegant, but is it really worth my time? If I learned anything from Factorio speedruns and playing Factorio a lot in general, you know, it's sometimes you don't need to even in real life, sometimes you don't need to design your code to be refactored. Is that a Treekin? It's crazy. Glade Lord, Eris of Kurnos, okay. Actually though, you really you do not always need to refactor. It's kind of a crazy concept, but alright, what are you doing? Is an Arrows of Kurnosing. Gets a couple lead belchers for his troubles. Nothing too crazy. At the end of the day, I am chilling. And this is obviously a Waywatcher build. You can tell because he captured that point over there. So to beat that, we just get more lead belchers. So every volley he shoots at my Noblar horde should reveal them and potentially get him killed. I just have to be ready for the dodge. Ooh, that was a good volley. Ugh. Terrifying. But I think we got the dodge. All right, then we go for the big push. Because if I just go full throttle now... Oh, crap. That was a sick volley. But if I go full throttle now, he should have a hard time keeping up. Treekin will be a little annoying. Not the end of the world. You can dodge Waywatchers. They're actually a little too accurate for the job. And then I gotta get my Buna caster in here. You can see the lead belcher volleys. Definitely getting some good work done. As long as I keep that pressure up. Oof, another big amount of damage. But we've pushed him all the way back. He's taken some incredible deeps. And even if he does kill these guys, I think it's just not good enough situation for him. Because he's gonna get Buna'd. Unless he kills off this guy or something. But I have a lot of Noblars. How much HP do they have? I think this Buna kills them. So I don't need to spell lamp it. That sticks onto the Noblars, wondrous. Yep, and they're just gonna keep up the pressure. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, he's pretty screwed now. So there goes his super expensive Waywatchers. The capture point is mine. And I still have 1,000,000 lead belchers. That's basically GG. This is a pretty vicious build we got going on here. This lead belcher build. And I only know that it's vicious because I lost to it. I know what it feels like to play as the Wood Elves. And you just facing the lead belcher tide, and then you get Buna'd, and then life just sucks, man. I've been there. It's pretty rough. I'm gonna save this next Buna for them. Gotta save myself from these here Glade Riders. Don't want them causing no issues, do we? Oh, I actually don't have enough magic for another thing, but it's all good. Oh, he netted me. Look at this guy. I think we're still good though. Unfortunately, I do not have the Buna. But the Noblars are doing fairly well. Did I forget a cat? No, it just got netted. That's all good. That can be solved with a little bit of a charge over here. We're gonna have some cavalry. Just some Glade Riders. Gotta be careful. I do not want those Glade Riders to catch me, so I'm just gonna bail out with the kitty cats. And then I'll just keep hammering it with the lead belchers instead. That should be just fine. The Treekin are holding up surprisingly well. That should be a free catch on them though. Very nice. Okay, and then I'm gonna Buna these guys. Yeah, that's just gonna kill them. Wondrous. Alright, he has no more Way Watchers. This match is as good as done. Unfortunately, I did not get the scrap launchers in. I think scrap launchers would have been cool, but it was not really the game for it. I kind of had to go for the big push. Beautiful Buna though. Oh, glorious Buna. What an insane value train this guy can get. Value is in my favor. The Treekin are just stuck fighting Noblars until the end of time. And there go the Way Watchers. Nice. Let's cash cascade this guy. Just throw money at him, and somehow that increases his combat prowess. Strange how the world of Warhammer works. That's more Treekin. Interesting. Alright, guy has a lot of Treekin. I don't know how I feel about Treekin in this matchup. I feel like they're a little too slow to help. Considering they cost like a Wild Rider's worth of money. It's actually pretty sad. Yeah. It's pretty sad how little they do. I think if he had more Wild Riders, he could have gotten a lot more work done. Oh, those guys left the battlefield, but they're still running. Is this guy gonna live? He routes. But essentially, we got no more Wood Elves left. Gotta drop. Peace. Thank you for playing. I do really much, very much so appreciate it. This ain't looking too bad. Yeah, they're basically wiped. Would I be confident playing Ogres in the Grand Finals, though? Probably. Ogres as a Wood Elf counter. The thing is, I don't feel confident playing Ogres versus a lot of other factions. And I would need to get quite good with them. Otherwise, they're only gonna counter Wood Elves, and that's just bad counter picking. I know they're definitely strong though. I just don't really put in the time to learn them well enough. Is this guy gonna come back? Yo, I can make him come back. Heal him back up, baby. Here, I'll get the scrap launchers. He's back, baby. All right, get in there. You gotta Buna the Sylvan Knights. He thought he was safe. He thought he was safe. Summoning the Sylvan Knights when he thought the caster was gone, but he's beelining towards him now. Caster's ready to get some work done. I just have to soften up the Sylvan Knights a bit so that the Buna actually ends up killing them. But that should be relatively easy. He's just kind of ignoring my dudes. At the very least, he's not going to get this point. He might get this point, though. Okay, I do have to be a little wary. Maybe the double scrap launcher was a little ambitious. Just a smidge, just a smidge. Okay, there's no way these Sylvan Knights are able to stick around, though, right? I gotta get my caster on them. First and foremost, caster's gotta jump them. They did tear out the Noblars. Very unfortunate. It's the longest march. You know, the Sylvan Knights are actually kind of dying normally. Oh. Yo, he's doing everything in his power to get this caster off the battlefield. And he might actually get it done. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the Sylvan Knights with the Trapper spam. That's an almost even worse way to go. Oh my goodness, dude. They're getting wrecked by Trappers and the Scrap Launchers. I slowed them up the wazoo. Now, unfortunately, he's probably gonna stop my caster from getting that sick Buna. But I think we're still pretty in the clear, as much as getting the Scrap Launchers was a bit of a meme. I'm honestly not too worried about the state of affairs. Scrap Launchers, pretty good at the deeps. I do have a million Trappers at my disposal. Gotta be careful about the Sylvan Knights. Gonna get a nasty charge over there. It's gonna kill my Lord. If I lose this game because I decided to take 2 Scrap Launchers, that would be embarrassing. I should be able to kill the Sylvan Knights though. I must say though, this is actually a little rough. Okay. Sylvan Knights are definitely gonna die though. Unfortunately for me, I've taken some pretty hefty losses in the attempt. My caster is taking forever to get back, get off the battlefield, thus making life a little bit awkward. But Scrap Launchers is still not bad. I'm going to take a pot shot here on those Sylvan Knights, see what they can get done. Let's get the Trappers on this here battlefield. I could work on up trading and just getting raw value, or... Okay, well, I definitely got to get the Scrap Launchers in. Okay, yeah, I have capture weight. That's all that really matters. And if I keep spamming these boys, we're good. The massive amount of volleys they're getting off is actually huge right now. These Trappers are cooking. And I will have my caster back. The Scrap Launchers are nifty. I don't know if they I don't know if they're worth it. They're certainly nifty. What's this Lord doing? Dude, these Trappers are actually doing insane damage. Look at them go. Okay, nice. And then, you know, I'll just use the melee Scrap Launchers here. How much damage do they do? They have 50 melee attack from what? Was that a cash cascade? Oh my goodness, he killed his Lord. Wait, maybe Scrap Launchers cook. Okay, alright. I'll take it, I'll take it. I don't know exactly what did it, but they actually got some pretty sick deeps there for a second. I'll just Saber Tusk Pack charge the Sylvan Knights. And then we're still in the clear. I made it unnecessarily close, but you know what? It's okay. You think the Scrap Launchers can hit his Lord? I don't know if they did. And they are providing pretty decent capture weight, though, I guess, for 800 gold. They did actually hold the point. Would I have been better off with literally any other unit? Probably. Probably, but, you know, it's working. We're chilling. I just, you know, maybe I can summon something, get a sick Buna cast or what have you. He's not going to kill the Scrap Launchers, that's for sure. But yeah, I guess I can see what he summons, because right now, I win this fight. So I'm in no rush to get summons out. As long as I know that we can win, I'm much better off just counter-picking. Oh, look at that crazy de-summoning play. It's not going to save you, though. Not from the double Scrap Launcher. And it's going to be an Eternal Guard. Okay, so no cavalry means I can just summon my mobility and win the mobility fight, essentially. And then he summons another unit of infantry. They're never going to get to this point in time. So that should just be GG. Very nice. Like I said, unnecessarily risky. But you know what? We got him. I'm going to Cash Cascade Massacre here for the 72 melee attack Ogres. That is definitely a 62 melee attack Noblars to kill the Treekin. The DPS is actually through the roof now. You can see they're taking massive damage from that. That's kind of sick. Then he summons a unit of cavalry, and I still have 2 Bunas, so. The game is as good as done. How did I feel about the scrap launchers? Honestly, they weren't the worst. They just were not the right tool for the situation. Maybe in the early game, if I was really worried, they do a little bit of damage to these Glade Riders, I guess. Only a bit, though. Did kill the Treekin. That was pretty funny. Ludicrous melee attack. Yeah, yo. Glade Lord getting annihilated by the scrap launchers. Do you think I can get a rogue Lord kill here if I target her? She's not moving. Scrap launchers fire. No, they're not as fun as the Iron Blaster, are they? As a chariot, though, they can definitely get a little bit of work done. This is just a Glade Rider. We don't really fear Glade Riders here. I don't need to be one of them. I'll wait until a game-winning target shows up. Or the game simply ends. Let's get the charge. Dang, dude. Glade Riders get massacred by Saber Tusks and Bulls. And I should be able to even secure this point. At the end of the day, fighting over here was just such an extreme down trade. Is this, maybe I just heal my Lord, just in case. Don't want any mishaps. Is that a Weight Watcher resummon? It is! What a mad lad. Yeah, the cat's just massacred the poor unit. There we go. Attaboy. Yeah, you know, that's a Buna target. I don't know if he's actually gonna get the Buna in time, but it is a Buna target. GG. Huzzah. Alright, not bad. A little sketchy towards the end there, but not bad. Oh man, dude, the Trappers just killing the Sylvan Knights though. Dude, Sylvan Knights got wrecked by Trappers. I can't believe it. Yeah, I think it was these two. The ones with like 800 value apiece. That was so rough, man. Because the Trappers have a slow, and your army ability is a slow. It stacks, not multiplicatively, but additively. So you basically make it where they can't move. And that's how they got all their shots. They have no armor. And then they died. Brutal. Alright, I'm up against the Lizardmen player that we faced earlier. Scrap launchers did eventually pay for themselves, I guess. Yo, the Zotes got worked on. And yeah, the Weight Watchers again. 2 of them paid for themselves, but 2 of them got wrecked. So, with Weight Watchers, you usually want to pay above and beyond their cost. Pretty rough. Decrepit Moor, Eastern Isle, and Haunted Vale. So they're playing Lizardmen. And Eastern. Okay, I need a counter to the double ballista Stegodon. Question if allowed. I keep forgetting. Dryads is considered as large or small? They are considered small. It's weird, but the large and small category is actually completely arbitrary. There are lords that count as infantry who are bigger than pigback riders. Oh wait, no, pigback riders are not large, my bad. But I think there are actually infantry sized characters that are bigger than others that are considered large. I think a good example is probably like the Kislev snow leopard. Whoa, what was that? My microphone just peaked for some reason. Sorry if that was loud. I don't know what happened. I think it's good now. But yeah, the Kislev snow leopard. It is considered large, and there's a lot of infantry-sized characters that are bigger. It's like 4-1 now, not 3-1. How many wins did I get? Apparently we're 5. What? Oh, that's 5 games. Yes, it should be 4-1. Thank you. Just a tiny crackle. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, okay, kingdoms. What map? So Eastern Colony is banned. So it's Haunted Vale or Decrepit Moor. I must be careful. So Lizardmen have the ballista artillery. I guess this is a fun solution. If you were Wood Elves fighting against Ogres, do you still go for Dryads or Eternal Guard? I still go for Dryads. Ogres are not a purely large faction. They spam a lot of Noblars, and you gotta kill the Noblars to rout the Ogre Bulls. So Dryads are just generally better. And they're anti-everything at the end of the day. They have good enough stats to be anti-everything. Whereas Eternal Guard are only anti-large. Wrathmongers are huge. Wrathmongers are, yeah, absolutely massive. I think like Lords are the biggest though, right? Like Grimgore is pretty massive. Alright, so we're probably gonna be dealing with the big dinos. What do I take? Hunters? I feel like the hunters would just get sniped by the little ballistas. Yes, Wrathmongers are considered infantry. It's wild. Let's see, what else is good? Guess these guys are generally good. Does anyone know if trappers beat chameleon skinks? We've learned that the powder guts get annihilated by the shenanigans of the Lizardmen. Am I just gonna run Buna all the time? I feel like Buna, because ogres don't have conventional cavalry, they just have saber tusks. They really do want to win that cav fight, and Buna just works in against so many different factions. You know what? Sure, let's try this. Let us have some fun. A little bit of a weird build. A little bit of a weird build. I think it can actually still cook pretty well, though. Let's take one of these. Lizardman ain't got nothing on this. Trust. You haven't tried ogres? What's this? Are you unsure? Unsure about what? Okay, wants to play on Decrepit Moor. Pretty good. It's an open map. Yo, if he just styles on me though and takes a completely different build, I might just get wrecked. But Lizardmen, generally speaking, are not that bad, right? Unless it's Zarix. As long as it's not Zarix, I'm okay. What else do they have? So they have Saurus. They have big cav charges. Noblar Trapper versus Skink Skirmisher. Ah, I see. I'll just assume it goes great for me. Why not? Let's see here. I guess I can flood with these guys. Sure. All right. This should be good enough. I think I basically have if they go for the same build and this one doesn't work, then I'm completely stumped, man. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm sure there's solutions, but it would be a big sit down and think. If they go for a completely different build, I think we're actually still really good. This map is huge, which I think is to my advantage. Skinks win if they're microed right, you believe? Because, like, the Trappers can't move and shoot. Whereas the Skinks, they can kind of get a dodge off. At the very least, even if the Trappers very slowly lose, it's probably still good for me. Alright, I hope you guys are ready, though. This one is the wild build. Double Iron Blaster again. So, in theory, if I'm good enough at dodging, they should be able to crush here. And we got Gold. We got good old Gold. He's gonna be spamming Deadeye, which can also get some solid chip damage. Ready, good luck, have fun. I've actually never faced this person before. This is the second time I've played them ever. So I have no idea how scary of a player they are. But I look forward to this. Double Iron Blaster should be hilarious. I don't know if they do enough damage to kill the Stegodons. But even if they just dodge their shots for a long time, it's still good. Buna, of course, to deal with the spooky cavalry. 100% win record against Ent. Terrifying. There they are. So we got a solar engine. And we have a skink oracle. Okay. Well, let's just say hello with our first little volley over here. A little bit of damage. I feel like I would have expected a tiny bit more, but this is still good. And it's just a solar engine, so I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay to summon lead belchers. I don't think I'm gonna be rushed. These guys are not rush tools. And that's pretty solid. These are just skink skirmishers. They are not exceptionally expensive or anything. So I should not treat them as such. The artillery shots are getting good deeps though. And I can just shoot his red crested skink chief. Ooh, accidental dodge of the solar engine. Working out well for me. And gold heals, so I don't really have to worry about him much. Point is mine. Huzzah. Alright. Next up, I need to get these lead belchers in. Solar engine whiffs. It was known for whiffing a lot back in the old days. Red crested skink chief. Let's see if we can bully him now. So lizardmen are interesting. They actually have an ability that makes them good at spotting units, stealth units. It's like one of the hidden abilities. That's crazy damage. That is an absurd amount of damage on the skink oracle. That's so bad for him, man. That's actually devastation. And the solar engine's not hitting very hard. Skink oracle is now forced to heal. Do these things do just as much damage to the solar engine? Probably not as much damage, but it's still pretty solid. And with a bunch of spears, I don't think he's gonna be able to push very much. Gets a solid wind blast though. Doesn't actually do that much damage, however. Oh man, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. That skink oracle's getting massacred. He can't even commit. If he tries to commit, he's just gonna get blasted. He's dodging though. So my opponent does have dodge proficiency. But this is obviously a very rough situation. When you have this many lead belchers running around, it's gonna be nasty. This is the delete the salamanders button. There you go. Let's get that shot off on him. Goodbye, Skink Oracle. Goodbye, salamanders. I think I can start summoning in saber tusks on the flank. Dude, Buna is insane. These things are even more insane though. This is probably one of the most undervalued unit, I feel. I feel like it's very underrated, the amount of work they're putting in. Okay, now he's going to try and kill off my caster. He knows I'm down a Buna because I had to kill the salamanders. And he's going to try and make a jump on my units. This is understandable. But if this guy just kind of tucks away, he'll be okay. Let's get some bowls in here. And then I just need to save up for the next Buna. As long as this guy lives till the next Buna, I'm totally fine. The trappers are just having the time of their lives. Golg is chilling. He might try to kill Golg with these guys, but Golg's pretty insane. There's not much that he worries about. Wondrous. We routed off some skinks. And I think we can post up and give this guy a big old shot to the face. Gotta show the Skink Oracle who the real sniping unit is. Oh, he's really bullying this guy though. He's gotta be careful. Okay, I think one more shot and that Skink Oracle's gone. I gotta shake off this double cap too. It's a little awkward. Oh, I forgot to send in my pigback riders. Alright, but anyways, I have the Buna. That's the main thing that matters. Wait, yo. These things are not shooting. There we go. There we go. Attaboy. Alright. Big murderage on the Skink Oracle. He actually got a lot of hits off. He's gonna hurt my artillery pieces quite a bit. I'm just gonna split them up. These things require a lot of micro. Oof. But when they cook, they cook. Okay, I'm just waiting for his big cav summon now. We get that, we're golden. Yep. Now I'm getting point blank shots. Oh my goodness. I love it. And I got the Buna already lined up on this guy. I can even maybe kill his lord if I'm lucky. Whiffed it. I biffed the shot. Oh, that one hit though. Yeah, that one hit. Okay. Oh, his lord's getting low. One more of those and he's goner. Ooh, he's barely gonna escape. Oh, it's risky though. If his lord gets shot, it's over, man. He's juking. I don't have the greatest line of sight. Oh my goodness. That's the shot. That's what I needed. Second shot is in. Bro is shattered. There we go. All right. It just took a little bit of work. He does blow up one of the iron blasts. Oh, that's what the explosion was before. He blew up an iron blaster. That makes sense. Oh boy. All right. There we go though. That is basically spells doom for my opponent. He does route off my big artillery pieces, but it doesn't matter too much because, man, I have not been spending my money. It doesn't matter too much because we've done what we needed to win the game. You gotta be careful with gold though. Don't you dare die, gold. Very fun unit. I think it is one of my favorites for sure. What a truly, truly terrifying unit, the Iron Blaster. Is one of the only range units that can do that to lords. So satisfying too, man. And extremely high micro. It's just a lot that's great about it. Anyways, I just have this range advantage now. I should be able to carry it to victory. Caster may be routing, but it's not a big issue. Golg is taking a little bit of damage. As long as I post up around the lead belchers, I think I'm fine though. I don't even really need the caster. Yeah, this one lead belcher, if they live, it's actually over. And there's the heal from good old Golg. Should be able to get a bunch of charges too to build up this bar. Glorious. What a fun match. I think Ogres are probably one of the most fun factions to play. Especially with units like these. As a fan of Daka. Sometimes he just miss though. You really got to get that shotgun effect going. Yeah, Golg's getting a little jumped. He's good though. Golg has pretty good stats, right? 50 melee defense? Yeah. It's mostly this heal, the Bugman's XX. That makes me feel like he's truly magnificent. Let's get a shot at the Bastiladon, maybe? Whoops. Shot the Skinks Armatures. Ooh, still hits the Bastiladon, though. Crazy deeps. I think, oh, yep, there he goes. One last shot to finish the job. He summons in some Salamanders, some Umbral Tide. I'm just gonna get another one of these guys, though. And I'm just never gonna let him jump the lead belchers. They're the win condition. Is that thing gone? Minus 31. It ain't coming back. One more shot. Yeah, there we go. Not the craziest shot though. I think it's because they already took so much damage. That it's one-shotting basically dead models. Alright, there we go. Caster's back. Wondrous. Salamanders have hidden away. But at the end of the day, there is simply not much that can be done. The Ogre Tide is quite the menace. As one of the fastest factions in the game, it's very difficult to come back against them in the late game. Because you can't really make a tactical play on them. There's just, they're just too fast. Jeez, this is brutal. Go with those guys. I feel like, and this is feeling like I'm not even playing Ogres fully optimally. If I like fully Ogre mained it and perfected the Iron Blaster micro. Because I think it's not just RNG. I think it is mostly how well you can like position it and whether or not the unit's moving and all that stuff. That makes it good. Is this gonna rout off the Umbral Tide? The Dismember? Man, the poor Umbral Tide getting Bunad right off the bat. And getting murdered again. That's the third capture point, and that should be setting us up for a solid solid semi or solid finals game. Very hype. What's the value on this thing? Jeez. Pretty nasty. We got some Cold Run Riders. That unit costs 800 gold. He knows the Buna's coming though, so he taps out. GG, well played. Jimmy Lesinge, actually a fairly scary player. I think having the anti-monster tools was too good though. A solid 5,000 value. just a little bit of value. Just a casual 5k on 2 units. That is more than half of his starting army dead at the hands of 2 Iron Blasters. Okay, yeah, I think that the 2 could pass up. But I'm gonna have to face Flower or Evergarden next. Know when done. It's either them or Flower. Both of them are very strong players. Last time they faced each other, I believe it was it Flower versus Chosen? I think it was. And I think Chosen won it. And it's chosen. Very scary. Yeah, that one lead belcher got some work done. Salamanders, not much. The cavalry got shut down. Beautiful. Okay. Again, counterpicked. It's on Dust Bowl, Jade Tomb, or Dunes of Cain. I can ban Dunes of Cain and I get Dust Bowl or Jade Tomb. That is very good for me. The problem, so Chosen is a they're a melee enjoyer. They like their mass infantry builds. I think generally when I can kite them, I do pretty well. They like to go for counter kite, like they do take counter kite options. But yeah, they're very much like Berserk. They like corn, that kind of stuff. They are fairly proficient with the counter picking. So we could see like Tomb Kings with the Shopti or something. But what's it gonna be? I think there's some nasty counter picks. Like just straight up undead. Undead can be very annoying because they can essentially constantly shut down your range tools and then just spam infantry into the horizon. Triple cap you, push you back. Ogres are okay in the grind, but yeah. You start getting mass routes pretty often with them. So it could just be undead spam. He's thinking. If Chosen wins this, I believe they're already qualified for my finals, by the way. But they would be able to choose an opponent that they don't want to face. Oh man, I can't wait for the next big patch, though. The next multiplayer balance patch from yours truly. There's like so much stuff. So much stuff we can tune up, change, swap around. I don't want to completely flip the meta, but just a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of spice will go a long way. I think we're 5-1 now. But what matters is this last match. He's typing out his options. You think he's gonna go Petunia? Petunia versus Ogre is actually quite strange. You know, the Iron Blaster doesn't kill Grail Guardians in one shot, I believe. Norska, Tomb Kings, and Vampire counts. Do the Ogres beat Norska? They tend to get rushed pretty hard there. I know Vampire counts as a bad matchup versus Ogres, but like, what if? Can I channel my inner Danican? How he like uses Dark Elves? Dark Elf kite shenanigans? The thing is, like, he uses Hargoneth Executioners. I don't know if I have an Executioner equivalent to clear the undead fast enough. Norska's just gonna be a man-tide push with a million jabs. That is super annoying because they push you all the way to the edge of the map. And then they have a bunch of mobility to run down your dudes. So I think that... I think it has to be Vampire counts. Personally, I think I'm gonna get slaughtered. But it is my best idea. I banned Dunes of Cain. I think we're probably gonna play on Jade Tomb. But who knows? Vampire counts. Okay. So they're not impossible to beat. There's a lot of ogre units that can tussle pretty well. I do, however, need units that will trade, like, exceptionally, though. Like, I need to clear zombies like no one's business. And usually, having a super strong melee lord is good. Like a dragon lord, and you get air dominance and you can snipe key targets, but ogres don't really have that. We're definitely a wee bit limited. But it's okay, I have a plan. Oh boy. Alright. Just need confidence. I can basically copy what Danican did versus me, because this map's kind of big. Guessing giant does anything? I don't know if a giant clears fast enough. You don't want to spoil to go back. You don't want to go back and spoil which game was the loss. Is this the first matchup versus Chosen? Yes, this is the first match versus Chosen. So what if I spam scrap launchers? The hidden tech. Okay, the biggest thing though is just don't get pushed into the end field. And then have an army that can actually win in a long grind versus the undead. There's a few units that are actually really good at just grinding it. Just like some uber melee specialists. None of this feels great though. I need like absurd skirmish potential. What are my best skirmish options? Let's see. Just take the Iron Blaster again. It doesn't clear infantry fast enough. Saber Tusks are also prone to just getting routed off. It's weird, but like the vampire count, sometimes just having some very elite dudes can do well. And then just a handful of kite and shooting. I just need something that trades zombies and skeletons and horrors. I wish I had executioners. Okay, these guys are sick though. I'm definitely wanting them. Okay, and then I have these guys. You know what? I think we're starting to cook. Yeah. And then you need like a little bit to shoot at crypt horrors. It's important not to go too heavy on the ranged. I think this is the build though. This is kind of as close to what Danican brought as I can think of. Alright, let's try it. Firebelly. Firebelly's pretty cool. Burning Head is just solid versus counts. This is nowhere near the same strength as the Scourge Runner build. At least I have a home point. All the capture points are fairly far, but the map's a little bit tight. So it could be quite difficult securing all the points. The biggest question is whether or not I have a unit that can just sit in a fight against horrors, though. That's basically it. And like typically it would be high armor, very good damage with just a little bit of range support. And then if you can actually win the melee grind versus vampire counts, you're set. Stonehorn infinitely charging, not fast enough, doesn't kill the crypt horrors. You actually need to be able to sit in melee is the big problem. It's outgrinding the grindy faction But it's doable. Like, Norskin does it with Berserkers. Dark Elves do it with the Executioners. You have Wood Elves who just spam Dryads and focus on the shooting. Gotta lock in. There's a chance that my build is just not good enough to win this. I'm not a Vampire Count specialist. I know VM, they have... Like, ODM is known for their elf players. So, like... Yeah, if you're fighting ODM, fear the elves. If you're fighting VM, fear the undead. And the melee. The clan skews very hard towards undead and melee. And then, if you're fighting RTK, it's flavor of the week, man. It can be Dark Elves, it can be Skaven for a bit. And then you just have a clan that's just only dwarf mains. I think that's about the gist of it. It basically covers the main clans. Gark Iron Skin, who dat? I will say, I think this build has all the pieces. It just needs to be strong enough. Like, if a unit underperforms and they don't do the job I think they will, it's just over. Alternatively, Chosen has some crazy counter build. Oh man, oh, this is terrifying. This right here is terrifying. Exciting though. It's always fun playing versus Chosen. They did get knocked out of Warhammer League though. Sorry for the spoilers. I don't know how the games went down, but that's pretty good for me. It's pretty decent. Maybe they fell off. Maybe they're just not terrifying anymore. Is this the finals? This is indeed the finals. If I win this, I win the whole tournament. And I have gone for the thumbnail build. Minus a scrap launcher, so I don't think they're good enough. But I did go triple pistols. I'm basically going to try and copy what Danican did to me on my Vampire account today. Where you basically just go for the super strong kite. And some units that will actually win the melee grind. The question is, though, do Gold's Man-Eaters actually uptrade the undead? I think that's the wild question. If I get Gold's Man-Eaters and a bunch of Flingers shooting in, will they get the job done? If they can't get the job done, it's over. I also have Iron Guts as a plan B. They have gone for the Man-Tide. Terrifying. But yeah, the idea is I'm just gonna try and army wipe them. Now, in my game against Danican, I had a lot of Vargeists instead of going for the full Man-Tide. I do wonder if a full Man-Tide would have won it. This guy's pretty cool, by the way. So he has Burning Head, he has Fire Breath. I also have the Amble Peak Yetis. So they have an aura that gives them extra damage and reduces melee defense. As long as there's a terror-causing unit in range. And the melee defense is always. So, combined with them, I think my Man-Eaters, Gold's Man-Eaters, should be able to outgrind Horrors with Flingers and such. I know these guys can kill Halberds, so they gotta be at least decent at fighting. But it all comes down to how quickly I can actually clear this army. He's given the good luck, good luck. Let's do it. Starting off with a couple dogs to secure the point early on. He has a Strigoi Ghoul King with just Doom and Darkness. And a Necromancer with some zombie summons. Some Karen rates. All of this is... The Karen rates are a little weird. They do die to the Amble Peaks though. And it's mostly infantry, so... I'm gonna try the Gold's Man Eaters and hope for the best. That's basically it. I should be able to just shoot these guys up. I don't have any good source of magic damage, which might be my downfall. We'll see how that one pans out. But yeah, man-eater pistols are very good for this. And the question is, how aggressively is my opponent gonna push in here? Because if he just goes super wide and I get the man-eaters, I should be able to do pretty well for myself. See, he's already pulled back. He's offering no targets for me. Smart thing to do. But if I push forwards aggressively enough, I can get a few easy picks on the Karen Wraiths. The man-eaters are in. The damage is decent. Banshees are getting kind of bullied, and I have secured myself a double cap, which is similar to what the Danican got against me. He's then forced to heal these guys. Okay, no fire breath. Unfortunate. But this ain't too bad. You know, the guys are cooking. Amble Peak Yetis are hype. Doggos doing the best. But like, I'm just not gonna get stuck in the fight. He's gonna summon some bats. Interesting. I think blood vultures... I think they counter the bats, but I'm not entirely sure. Whoops. I'm getting a little stuck in, which I do not like. But anyways, I got Gold's man-eaters now. They should be able to get a bunch of cooking done. And these guys should be able to kill off the Crypt Horrors. I'm just gonna ward off these hero bats. And then use these guys to hopefully just push his face in over here. Crypt Horrors have taken massive damage. Very good. Wow! Almost evaded all my blood vultures. That would have been bad. They're gonna be leashing back into combat too. That's not pretty. I don't know how that pans out. I might have just lost an entire unit of blood vultures for nothing. Not the prettiest situation. They're still gonna grind the bats a little bit, but definitely not the prettiest situation. Now, here's the thing. If I can still kill off these Crypt Horrors, I'm happy. That is a pretty nasty loss, but I don't know if it's the end of the world, per se. Because look at this. I can just go into melee now and retake this point. Alright, he's not going to be able to do much here. Gonna be able to shoot that corpse card into oblivion. He's gonna take a sweet time rotating. It's gonna be basically millennia. Yeah, that corpse card ain't dodging fast enough, so that thing's definitely dead. Very nice. He chucks out a heal on it, which I think is quite inefficient. And I think we can start summoning in the ranged. So as the theory goes, I should be able to just outgrind him now. At least that's the hope. Amble Peak definitely with their magic damage will do great here. We got a million boys. And like, what's he gonna do, right? I just have so much stuff here. I foresee big issues with actually clearing this out. Like, that burning head's gonna be great. Very nice. Then I'm just gonna get more infantry. And then if I can keep holding here forever, then I should just win. I think. He's trying to flank with his boys, with his Crypt Horrors, but I'll just shoot him. He does get a Crypt Horror summon over here, but I'm just kind of hoping that the Amble Peaks crush it. Ah, crap. I think those guys just got terror routed. That's not pretty. But his horrors are definitely taking a lot of damage. That breath attack actually was kind of sick too. And my lord is still alive. We'll see how the fighting actually goes. Value-wise, we're actually trading crazy well too, because there's no corpse card here. I think that's something very important to keep in mind. I just need my lord to live. I do have more burning heads though. Tuck it right down the pipe. Get everything here routed. I just wish I had more sick melee dudes. That's gonna be a great burning head though. Using the Gold's Man-Eaters as just an extreme anchor with the Amble Peak Yetis. It seems to be working well, but I'm gonna need more melee is the problem. If he routes off the Yetis too, that'd be devastating. I'm doing my best just to keep the leadership stabilized, but I don't know if they'll actually hold. I would love a heal. That's gonna take some time, that's for sure. And the Gold's Man-Eaters come very slowly. Here they are though. He gets the route. Ah, crap. He gets the route. I think that might just be it. Losing those units. We'll see though. I got more Gold's Man-Eaters. There's a bunch of Karen rates everywhere though. And that's probably gonna end me. Let's see though. Let's see. Let's pull these guys over here. Let's shoot these Karen rates. I feel like this build almost works. Like, yeah, I am crumbling a hell of a lot of those ghosties over there. I just feel like my kite is not fast enough, though. Maybe I took the fight too aggressively. He did get some pretty big heals, too. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can get a sick breath attack on these ghosts. And then if I reform ranks, we can still pull through. I think it's not impossible. Take a look at that breath attack. Oof, the big whiff. And now I just have no melee. That's a big problem. I'm gonna spam some Noblars. We're gonna hope for the best there. The thing is, he is genuinely kind of getting low on units, but routing off my core center line of strength was definitely the big rough part. This build would have been hard even for Danican. Ooh, that's a pretty decent burning head though. I guess I am getting a little bit of a resurgence. Losing the Lord though would be very rough though. I'm gonna have to start spamming vultures. I wish it did not come to this. Alright, let's take a look. Is this guy gonna die? Come on! I just need a couple of units to charge. Come on, live, you fool, live! He's doing his best. Come on! Get the bulls! The carrion charge is actually pretty decent. Okay, alright. I gotta still deal with these knights, but this is about as good as it can get right now. Those are blood knights? Jeez Louise. Alright, that's gonna be slightly problematic. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure we'll be totally fine. Just a couple blood knights. Honestly, blood knights aren't even that good, but against ogres, that might be the tipping point that they need. Still gonna go for it though. This is like almost a resurgence. I can see why Danican's Dark Elf build was so good. Oh, I captured that point? Wait, hold up. I actually captured that point. My lord might even rally. Wait, yo. I can't believe we actually got that point. Okay, this guy's gotta live though. He's gotta dip out of there as soon as he can. Okay, if I can stop him from securing this, then I actually might have a chance. There's the cash cascade. Vultures are killing the Blood Knights to the best of their ability. Very nice. Got my Lord on the point. And I wish I just had a couple more units though. This should be a pretty good burning head though. I think we did kill the Necromancer. Kind of almost accidentally. Oh, man, but I just don't have a lot of capture weight is the problem. Okay, let's see if I can kill the dogs. He's going for the Lord. He's probably gonna kill the Lord. Oh, it's so close, bro. It's so close. Ah, but he's gonna win it. I think this style is the way to beat the vampire counts. You need to have just that super strong core. Honestly, if I didn't lose the vultures at the beginning, that might have been barely enough. But yeah, you need to take... You need like a very strong melee core, essentially. But ogres don't really have that, sadly. Oh man, what I would do for some executioners. I wonder how the gold's man-eaters did. I don't think they did nearly as well as I needed them to. The one that held here was good, but it's just not enough, right? Maybe if I had more Yetis, but now we're getting spammed down. And I think that's gonna be it. GG, well played. Congratulations on the win. Not bad though for a matchup that's considered to be pretty bad for ogres. Let's take a look. Man-eaters did great. The shooting was immense. But the Yetis were unable to finish the job. The Fire Belly was good. Having Burning Head was solid. And I did barely manage to keep my Lord alive. But yeah, you see, these guys are no executioners. You need a good clearing tool. Otherwise, it's not going to work. I did punish the Karen race really well, though. And I think this probably prepares me if I was playing, like, other factions versus vampire counts. Ogres are just notably weak, but... It was actually on the cusp of beating them. Like, a few value points here and there. Obviously, it looks bad when you're triple capped. But it doesn't take a lot to swing the dial. Like... Once you actually start army wiping them, it can feel really bad for them. But not having like a Dragon Lord, just like a big fighter to cycle charge these guys was pretty brutal. I could have had a Thunder Tusk, but I don't think it would be enough to kill the Horrors. I did a really good job clearing the Horrors, though. I think that was solid. Blood Knights, at the end of the day, were too brutal, though. No conventional cavalry. How'd these guys do? Yeah, if the Iron Guts and the Man-Eaters can't do it, the only thing I can think of is like Gorgers, maybe? I'm not gonna lie, Gorgers are a hard maybe, but low HP, low melee defense is bad. And low armor. You want high armor, high melee defense to grind the vampire counts down. Yetis are a hard maybe, so they have the slow, they have the Aura of Frost, but even they routed. Brag to kill the lords, yeah, but then you'd have to cut like really important tools. You need like a very strong dragon lord or something to cycle charge, otherwise it's not fast enough. Like the ghosts, the banshees can just run away from this guy. I do think with better play though we could totally get it, but yeah, I think Brag doesn't work for the same reason the giant doesn't work. Almost, though. Almost. Needed more charging. I feel like if I had Blood Vultures constantly charging, maybe there's something that can go on there. Honestly, that one Blood Vulture dying was really quite the massive setback. You're looking for things to grind Crypt Horrors? No, I need units that will win the infantry fight. So, with Executioners, with the Dark Elves, they will actually beat the Karen Wraiths. and the horrors and the skeletons. They'll just uptrade, and they're relatively cheap too. Actually, they're really cheap. Dang. Yo, these guys are so cheap. Yeah, so this is kind of like perfect for after you've used your kiting tools to kill everything. So the way Danican won it was he started with these Scourge Runners. This was his shooting options. And then after he kills your corpse carts and weakens your horrors, he just starts spamming Hargoneth Executioners. And as a Vampire Counts player, there's basically nothing you can do. You would kill them with a dragon or something. But the final wombo combo is you have Malekith. And he kills all the infantry characters. He shuts down the dragons for the most part, unless they're going for a Lord's Knight. And then you're good to go. Man, that was a good match, though. I feel like I was on the cusp. But that's gonna be it for me today. I'm gonna go ahead and set up a raid. I think Turin's still streaming. He did mention that he was thinking of hosting a tournament. Not gonna be playing in it. But no matter. I may watch though. Yeah, there he is. Let's start the raid. I think he's just playing ladder games right now. I see him playing on Black Ark. For everyone on YouTube, Turin is, I don't think he enabled the YouTube raids. So we're gonna have to jank it, and I'll just post a link. I'll just post a link to his stream. But alright. Peace out, people. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and tomorrow we'll be streaming at the normal times. See ya!